All right, guys, it's time for some more action. So we're going back to John Madden 94 today, and we'll see how we do. We'll see if we can win another game here. So we'll go ahead and get this loaded up really quickly. Let me make sure I've got, let's see what we have here. Let's see if I can make sure that I have our roster up and all that other stuff so that I know exactly who it is I'm talking about, because I will admit that I do not know the 1993 Houston Oilers like the back of my hand. Okay, there we go. We got that loaded up and ready to go. You would think I would get something like that ready before starting the video, but that's not the way that we roll here. So just making sure it's saved, and of course it did. Now I'm going to tell you this. The way that the system, or that the save game, the season mode works here is kind of bizarre. So I guess EA Sports was unable to program like an actual, season whatever season system or whatever we want to call it. Like, basically the way that this works is, oh good, we get the ball. The way that it works is that you go to continue season, and then you have to choose like the game you want to play every single time. You can't like choose a team and actually coach it. So I don't know why they did it this way, because as I've said before, like Tecmo Super Bowl was the thing by this time, but for whatever reason, this is how they did it. So everybody's telling me that they ran a lot of run and shoot that season. So we'll see if we can have any luck doing some run and shoot. I was going to say it helps when they miss their tackle, but they didn't miss the tackle, did they? So let's try it again. I only have 2 running plays here running from this offensive set, so so much for that. One of these is a run up the middle, which of course does absolutely nothing in Madden. All right, let's do something else here. Let's do something that's not that. Well, that definitely didn't do anything. We ended up going backwards, so we were like at minus 10 yards now in terms of our offense. And so we'll go ahead and punt it. As I've said before, my only real complaint about Madden games from this era is that there's basically no blocking. Like, the blocking system doesn't work. Right? And that actually right there, believe it or not, was a pretty good example of that, right? So you have guys who are supposed to block, but instead of blocking, they just sort of stand there. And I'm not going to take the time to do it here while we're playing these games, but if you like sit down and really do like an intensive like analysis of it, what you'll find is that more often than not in these games you see like absolutely crazy missed blocks. Now, it's possible that maybe that was designed in the game to give it like some sort of sense of realism or something like that, but it feels, as is the case with modern Madden games, it feels like the results is predetermined, in that like you're playing the game actually has nothing to do with what the result's gonna pull out. Now, if you were talking about like, a sim game or something like that, I could see you doing that, right? For example, if you play OTP, right, it's going to determine the result of every single at-bat or whatever, like before, basically before you see it. But in a game like Madden where you're controlling players, you really don't want that to happen. You want it to at least feel like there's something that you can do in the game. You can affect the way that things work and so on and so forth. But truth is, a lot of these games end up feeling like they're predetermined, and we end up blocking the punt, which is odd because I didn't call for a punt rush. It was just a normal punt return, and anyway, it worked really well. All right, I'm gone. Anyway, we probably should at least try to pass the ball once in a while, huh? Yeah, he caught it without my help. And that's a 17-yard gain. The other very mild complaint that I have about this game is that on plays like that, it's really hard to gauge how far upfield you've actually gone. So that was a play for 17 yards, but it looked like he'd only gone about 5 upfield. So anyway, so it is. Well, that didn't work. Keep going backwards in these running plays, man. There's got to be something we're doing wrong. Yeah, see, for example, that right there, that was a 6-yard gain. I mean, I don't care how many times you look at that. There's never going to be a 6-yard gain. We're just going to take the points, and we're going to call it good.
No good.
I was even trying to aim that to the left, man. How far over to the left do I have to aim it? Jeez. All right, so no good. That makes this game a little bit more interesting, doesn't it?
33.
I'm starting to get a little bit worried here. I thought we were doing pretty well after we manhandled San Francisco last time. All of a sudden in this game, we can't seem to gain any yards.
First down.
I think the problem is that I need to be pushing that B button and do the oomph. That's what it says in the manual happens when you push D. So like right there, for example, he gained 2 yards, but like, was that really a gain? I mean, I would have felt like that would have gone just back to the line of scrimmage. It's not something that's like really necessarily worth complaining a lot about because you're talking about, you know, 16-bit football game or whatever. Boy, that was pretty bad. That was pretty fast too to run 62 yards. All right, now let's see if we can come back.
You gotta watch the snap. Set. 21. Green. 20 foot. You gotta watch the snap. Set. Woo. 41. Red. 32.
Ooh, what's going on? Oh.
Red. Woo.
So for 3 plays in a row, we had a guy who was like so far away from the play that they got 3 straight offside calls. Yeah. So there is a certain like janky factor with these old Madden games. And I think that we just ran into it right there. I mean, that was pretty janky. That was pretty janky. Like, what? I kept thinking, man, I didn't think that I was, you know, I was like doing anything wrong here or whatever. And it turns out that no, it was going to be offside no matter what. Okay, maybe that wasn't janky, but that feels like it was cheating, man. I mean, come on. Yeah, good old Madden. We really need to start playing some of those 2D, more classic football games or something that feels a little bit more legit. Not that this is a bad game at all, but what was that? Oh crap, I went the wrong way, huh? Anyway, so if you want the strategy guide for Madden 94, I'll tell you that step number 1 is make sure you push either B or C when you're running the ball. If you just push either one of them like over and over again, something good will probably happen. Now, we almost got in there.
Set. 20. 42. 30.
And there we go. So Warren Moon gets in there. Makes it 7-6. It'll be 7-7 here in a second.
It's good.
There's got to be a wind or something that's blowing this to the right. That probably, I probably should actually check that before I kick. That probably explains why that one kick was like way off to the side. No, it says there's no wind, so I don't know what's going on. And see, that one was straight. All right, so we're back in this. See, don't ever worry too much. We can always get back into the game.
40, 30, 30.
So I think the big question right now, at least in the college football world, is what in the world do you guys think about this proposal I was reading about today from, was it from the Big Ten, to potentially have a They wanted to have a 24-team playoff with no conference championship games.
40.
So the irony is that the whole reason why we're in this mess, safety, how about that? The whole reason why we're in this college football mess is because of the SEC championship game, which, as you remember, was something that started up basically out of nowhere in 1992, I think it was. Some of you guys from down south are going to have to correct me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was 92 when they started it. And the reason why that caused a whole bunch of consternation and problems over time is because everybody wanted to watch the SEC championship game, right? And so because this provided this conference with a major benefit, it was very attractive to television stations, and because people wanted to watch it, right? And it was also very, very attractive for, various sponsors and stuff like that. It's not necessarily the worst idea in the world, but this idea that everybody's going to get rid of the conference championships now for whatever reason, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Incomplete.
Like, I understand that the whole idea is, you're going to have a playoff game take place of the conference championship game, but really, if you want to have that kind of approach, you're much better off if you have a system where you basically have to win your conference championship to get the playoff. Now, I know everybody complains about, oh, well, that's not going to be fair. Sometimes you have good teams that don't win their championship game, which is true. But the problem that you have with this alternate system is that the regular season suddenly doesn't mean anything, right? You get some teams that end up losing during the regular season, maybe to a good team, maybe not to a good team, we don't know. But because they lost, there's always this argument against them. Now, if you ask me, the best thing that college football can do, though, is not come up with any sort of system and instead just keep things sort of chaotic and in flux and keep it controversial, because it's the controversy that's causing people to watch. That's really the thing that people care the most about. People don't really care that much about, like, whether something is fair or not. What they care about is having the argument and the sort of discussion about what is fair and what is not fair. At least in my opinion, that's the reason why ESPN tends to put so much time, effort, and attention on, these college football controversies and stuff like that. It's not because, like, the people at ESPN actually care that much about this stuff, but rather it's because the people who care about this stuff care about it a lot. And the most important thing when you're looking at ratings is to talk about something people care about. Kind of like doing YouTube stuff, right? If I sit around and talk to you about stuff that you agree with all the time, which is something I'd like to do, I'm not going to get any views, right? You have to find something that people don't necessarily agree with and then say something that, gets people riled up or whatever, and that's where you get your major views. Of course, the problem with that is that then you have to read what people have to say. Sometimes they'll say things that are nice and interesting, but oftentimes you get comments that are a little bit special. I've been going through this over on my soccer channel, so yeah. The video that came out today worked very, very well. Is getting, I'm sorry, not today, it was yesterday it came out, but it's been doing well. But the problem is that it's been doing well, so we're getting a lot of people that we normally don't get on videos. Anyway, that's just the way it is. Controversy, though, always is going to sell, and so as long as major college football can remain sort of in the media like this, is going to do really well, and it's going to get a lot of attention, and as a result, it will end up with very, very good ratings. Boy, man, just right in front of it. Okay, let's see if we can do it again. But yeah, really the key to this game when you're running is make sure you push either the C button or the B button. Or you can just run straight into your blocker. That was almost like a butt fumble there, huh? All right, Warren, come on, you can do this. What should we do? I think this is what we're going to do. I went through the wrong hole anyway. Oh, we don't get it, man. Oh, man. I mean, it was right on the 1 yard line, and we still didn't get it. So, anyway, there you have it. I figured, though, it was worth trying because we get the ball back, and we've done a very good job in defense here anyway. If we're lucky, we can get another safety.
Green. 41. Safety.
What did I say? So there's a rarity for you, 2 safeties in one game. I'm not sure how often that's actually happened in real life, but because we're playing Madden 94, it's actually not that surprising that this would happen. So anyway, now we have a 4-point lead. And we're going to have good field position because they don't know how to kick. So perfect. Now let's go get some run here. Go run the ball and get some yardage back to Lorenzo White. And he's got absolutely nowhere to go, man. I mean, this thing again, right? The play is supposed to go to the right side. We put it to the right side, and he gets the ball, and what happens is nobody decides to block. And it happens again. All right. I wonder sometimes, I wonder if it just depends on, like, what play you happen to call. And if you called, like, the right play, then your guy actually blocks for you. And if you don't, and you know, we don't get the ball, do we? So that time we call a play that's very, very similar, and we wind up with a 22-yard gain. How about that? All right. Well, we got the first down. That's right, we received to begin the game, so what am I talking about? We're going to get the ball again, but it doesn't really matter. We got our points. We probably should have kicked the field goal, but it's all right. We've had the ball 7 minutes out of the 10 minutes played. 9 first downs. They have minus 19 passing yards. We have the 2 safeties. So, wow. Yeah, I think defense is just a little bit overpowered in this game. Anyway, good times. Let's go back to this. Let's go get some more points. That was a kickoff at full power. It only went 52 yards. That's interesting.
Put 30. Put.
All right, no worries. We have them where we want them. If you're wondering about what kind of defense I'm calling, I'm just calling basic defenses, not blitzing. Trying to make sure that we have guys in the backfield. And part of that is because I know that up front, oh, nice catch, man, wow. I was going to say, I know that up front we can sack the quarterback without having to call a blitz. And so, in theory, then, we don't want to, like, necessarily sell out or anything like that. We want to try to have a good balance in our approach. Okay, yeah, so that right there, that wasn't a pass, that was a run, and that was only 1 yard. It looked like he gained, like, 5 yards in that play, right? That's another example of, like, it's like this game's full of optical illusions, you know? And that instead was 2 yards, right? That at least looked kind of like 2 yards, but, you know, there's a lot of questions I have about what's going on here. Anyway, let's see if we can stop their pass, because we know that they're going to pass.
23. Put.
Oh, man. Or they'll just do that. Boy, that was a really good play call, wasn't it? That time they got good blocking, right? That time they had this absolutely major hole.
31. Woo. 43. Put. Set. 40. 31. Red. Woo. Put. Incomplete.
I presume that it's possible to intercept a pass when it's hit up in the air like that. I don't think I've ever done it. I'm guessing that there's a way to do it, though.
23. Put. Touchdown.
All right, well, we got to start playing seriously now, huh? And look, this time we actually have our whole team on our side. Imagine that.
23. Red. But
That was really easy. That was like Tecmo Super Bowl easy, right? Sneak straight on by him. All right.
but
Not too bad. Let's run a little bit more. I know that everybody's thinking I should be running it from the, was it the running gun or whatever, but I'd much rather do this.
first down.
It's amazing. He got hit back about like 7 yards and kept going. So, okay, we'll keep doing that.
But
All right, we probably should pass at some point in time.
but
That didn't get it, huh?
but
There we go.
first down. But boom.
All right, we just keep running it. Running it
That's the
backwards.
way to hit.
So the spin move in this game is not quite as overpowered as it was in some of the earlier games. The earlier games where you can just keep going forever as long as you spin.
But
Almost worth it for us to run it every single time we go up to pass. Yeah, geez, we're in one of those situations again. We kind of have to do one of these.
but
Almost impossible to keep that out of the end zone, but it's too far away for a field goal, so I don't know. We could have gone for it, but it was 3rd and long. I don't think we would have made it.
red. 41. 40. But
It's like that play right there. I mean, I don't know. It feels like the quarterback ran back about like 10 yards before making the exchange. I mean, he like ran back forever, and unfortunately we couldn't get to him, or that would have been a massive loss.
20. Red. 23. But
That time we got him.
that 23. But
Fortunately, nobody touched him. That's one of those plays where I always worry about the pass interference. All right, let's see if we can rush the punt this time. We already have one block. Let's see if we can get another one.
that. But
No, not quite. I'm not sure. I'm guessing that when you receive a punt, there probably is a button you can push to call a fair catch. That's all right. We'll get those yards back, huh?
but
I was probably supposed to go up the middle. Here I am thinking I'm going to the side. All right.
but
All I got is something. How far away are we? That was a little bit risky.
Set. Hut.
Not even close.
No good.
All right. Well, I don't know about this one. This is a lot closer than we wanted it to be. We can get a big defensive stop, it might help, but that big run that they had really is taking the wind out of our sails.
Ow. Set. 21. 40. 21. Hut.
Ah, shoot. And we kind of have to play back too, because there's a chance that they might step back and just throw it over our heads. Wow, he ran backwards and then ran out of bounds. All right, I do think that they're actually going to punt here.
Set. Hut. 22. Group. Hut.
Getting very close to blocking that one too. All right, well the heat is on, huh?
Set. Hut. Boom. First down.
Let's see if we get one more play in here before the half, or before the 2-minute warning.
Hut.
If you do that hurdle, like the guy will like go to one side or the other. It's impossible to keep control of him. Well-designed game.
Set. Hut.
All right.
Set. Hut. Boom.
Like dancing on top of bodies there. Okay. This isn't very good.
Set. Hut.
Yeah, that's the end of that. This is probably the end of the game.
Incomplete.
We'll do the best that we can, but I'm not making any promises. That was probably not the best play call. I was thinking that I could, you know, maybe scramble a little bit and try to get something that way, but there was no way. It's another one of those run plays that they're calling a pass for whatever reason. I didn't call a timeout, did I?
Hut.
Yeah, that does it. Anyway, so the defense does have a good game, but ends up letting us down because of one play. So it's going to be that kind of season. All of my frustrations with the Madden series remain with this one, I'll tell you that, especially on offense. It's so slippery, and I feel like it feels like passing in this game is like basically impossible. So, you know, this is the reason why there hasn't been a lot of passing, because like I mean, it's just a crapshoot. It's like either you get lucky and he catches it, or most of the time it's an incomplete pass, and there's like no rhyme or reason to it. Anyway, we've lost this game. So anyway, there you have it. I do think Madden 94 is a lot better than the games that came before it, but I strongly disagree with people who think that this is like a great classic game. I really don't think so. This is pretty janky. I guess we theoretically have a chance, but we can't make a 2-point conversion. So, like, if we got a touchdown on the kickoff return and then got a safety, like that would be it. But it's probably not going to happen. I mean, what are we going to do here? So we have not completed a single pass in this game. And I've been running them out of fear of like running too much with white. Shoot.
First down. But
Oh, wow. How about that? We actually did complete a pass. Imagine that. We complete our first pass of the game with like 9 seconds left.
but
Yeah, that does it. That's the end. So we end up losing this one 19-11, which is a scoregami type score. Let's take a look here and see what the stats end up looking like. I thought at the beginning of this game that we were going to totally dominate them, but that's not what happened. We had domination in terms of time of possession. We had more first downs. We had more passing yards. We also had more rushing yards. It was that I think it was going for it on that 4th and 1 at the goal line that really did us in. And we missed two fourth down conversions. Other than that, we had, I think, a pretty dominant game overall. It's kind of funny. Yards penalized is 0, even though we had 3 straight offside penalties. So, I don't know. It's one of those things that makes me think, like, you know, there's some buggy stuff in this game. Anyway, so there you go. And we'll go ahead. We'll have more of this, I think, in 2 days. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm not sure how much I enjoyed that, but there you have it. But it's all right. I'll get better at this game as we move along. I'll talk with you a little bit later. Take care.